Alright, this would be a long-term review of the Milwaukee M12 hammer drill brushless drill driver combo kit. You can see the model number of the brushless hammer drill. The model number of the brushless driver. This did come in a combo kit from the Orange store. I've owned this combo kit for 2 years now, and I've used them heavily. In the kit you get the impact driver, you get the hammer drill, you get the charger, this is the Gen 2. It's still available from the Orange store. You get the 2.0 amp hour battery, which this is the battery I modified to fit my Bosch light, and I got one 4 amp hour battery. Now in the kit they offer now, you get a bag. When I bought the kit though, I got no bag. Everything came in a box except for the battery. Yeah, everything came in a box basically. When I did buy the kit, the Orange store was offering a free battery with the purchase, so I was able to get another 4 amp hour battery with the purchase. So as you see here in front of you, I paid maybe $220 for this 2 years ago from the Orange store. So we'll break it down individually. We'll start with the charger. Charger works well. Charges the batteries in about between 30 and 45 minutes. One of the things I don't like with the M12 tools, it just seems to me, and it was evident in my video for the light, that when you insert the batteries in these tools, it's just very tight. The fit is very tight, and sometimes it's difficult to get the batteries in and out of the charger, which on the charger there's no positive retention, but still it's just so tight to get it in there and get it out. Not a big deal, but annoying. Sometimes you got sweaty hands and you're working, trying to get the batteries in and out. It is a quiet charger. There's no fan inside, so it's not a fast charger, but again, it's able to charge even the 4.0 amp hour batteries in about between 30 and 45 minutes when the battery's completely dead. Now in my previous video, this 2 amp hour battery basically only runs my light, and it'll run the Bosch FL12 light for 6 hours. I also use this battery in another tool, the brushed oscillating tool. You can see the model number there. I just like the fit of this battery in this tool because, again, it makes it slim as opposed to the bulge you get with the 4 amp hour or 3 amp hour batteries. Alright, so let's individually go over these tools. We'll start with the impact driver. This is the fuel version, brushless. Again, Milwaukee claims 1,300 foot-pounds of inch-pounds of torque, and I can tell you that I've used this tool in the condition it's in to drive 4-inch lag bolts in hard oak, through hard oak, 3-inch hard oak. No problems. You do have 2 speed settings on this one. This is the Gen 2. I believe the Gen 3 now has 4 speed settings, which I understand that because speed 1 is extremely weak. I don't know what the purpose of speed 1 is, but it's almost like you almost have to use it in speed 2, and when you put it in speed 2, it's just 100%. I've never stalled this tool. It does have like overload and overheat protection. Never stalled it. It's that powerful. A problem with the M12, all the tools, is basically the battery gauge is on the tool, not on the battery. So you got to put the tool in the battery in the tool to check how much charge you got in the battery. It does have the work LED light. Illuminates your work area, does that well. You can see all the Milwaukee tools do that, where it's a hands-free to install a tool, to install it, the bit into the chuck is hands-free. That's good. Now, I know some people complain about the losing their bits, you know, as far as retention goes in the collets, because it's only one ball D10 in there. I don't know if that's coming through, but I've not had any kind of problems, and I've used this tool heavily over the past 2 years. Again, plenty of power, and the size is really what I like. And one of the things I do like about all these M12 tools, there's no power loss even when you put the small batteries in there. This tool performs just as well with the 2 amp hour battery as it does with the 4 amp hour battery. No power loss. This is the hammer drill, and you know, it is a 1/2 inch metal chuck on a 12-volt tool. You know, some people say that's pretty ridiculous, but you know, there's nothing else like this on the market. I've used the hammer function on this drill twice. It works. 1/2 inch chuck again for around the house and even maintenance work. I mean, you can't knock this tool. The tools have held up very well. I mean, I heavily use these tools, and you really can't tell. Well built, perform well. The hammer function is a little weak, but it works. Again, though, you know, it's a 12-volt tool. What do you expect? 18 speeds, drill, driver, hammer. I believe it's only 350 inch-pounds of power in this drill. I think that's what the spec is. But again, you know, for around the house, I mean, and the size, you really can't beat this tool. The only issue with this tool, maybe I can demo. Yeah, I hope that's coming through. If there's a good amount of wobble in the chuck. But I'm not doing precision work, so that doesn't really bother me at all. Again, very robust and durable tool. This isn't the smallest drill. You can, you know, DeWalt 18-volt compact drill is a smaller drill than this, but doesn't have the hammer function. Metal chuck, 1/2 inch. I mean, to me, just can't beat this tool. Value for money here. Hammer drill, drill driver, came in the kit. Now the other tools I own in the M12 lineup are the brush oscillating tool, which again I use this predominantly with this smaller battery, and it does have the fuel gauge on it. It is not a keyless chuck. You do have to use a hex wrench to change the bit, which is the worst part of this tool, but you know, the 18-volt version of this tool does have the keyless tool change. Unfortunately, the 12-volt, they didn't include that. I don't know why. This is a brush tool, so it does run through the batteries, but you know, for like cutting back door jambs, which is predominantly what I've used this for, is cutting back door jambs, because I've installed laminate flooring in my house. Tool's got plenty of power. I mean, unbelievable amount of power in that small tool. I think I paid $70 for this tool, because I bought this as a tool only from the orange store. Outside of the needing the tool to change the bit to change the tools, this is an awesome tool. Works well, plenty of power. comfortable. There is no work light, but you know that aspect doesn't bother me as much as the fact you got to use an X wrench to change the tools out. Whether or not this is worth the money is hard to say, because it is, just because you got to find an X wrench to change the tool out. This is a maybe. But like I said, for the power versus size, this is an unbelievable tool here. The final tool I own in this in the M12 lineup is this jigsaw. You can see the model number there. Again, I bought this as a tool only. This is a brush tool, and I mainly use the 4 amp hour batteries with this tool because it'll stand up when not in use. Now again, awesome power for the size of the tool. This is not a small tool, right? If you hold the 18 volt and this 12 volt tool side by side, they're not that much different as far as size goes. But for making cutouts in the laminate flooring, say around door jambs, you just can't beat a jigsaw, and I didn't want to go and buy, invest in another line just to go brushless. The only issue I have with this this tool is you do get a lot of blade run out, and I hope that comes across on the camera there, where this little guide here is taking some damage from the blades not being from the blades walking as they warm up. So as this blade heats up as you're using it, what happens is this blade will start walking around in here. And I don't know if that's a common thing on jigsaws. This is the first jigsaw I've ever owned. So you get a lot of deflection like that using this tool. You can see to the point where it's worn out, that black plastic guide. This tool does have dust collection, but it did not come with the fitting here. I had to buy that separately. I paid $100 for this tool only, from the orange store. Another thing you can kind of come across is that not all these tools are the same color. So you can see in the brushless tools, it seems to me like the red is a little deeper than it is in the brush tools. I don't know if that comes across on the camera or not. Now the only other tool in the 12 volt lineup that I'm thinking about investing in is the 12 volt temperature gun. I've got a friend of mine that's got it and it works well. But I haven't made the jump yet to that. That tool by itself is, I think, is $150 just for the tool alone. So everything I own in the M12 lineup. Again, if you're on the fence, buy it. Well worth it. I've had no problems. Battery run time is awesome. You can work all day with this impact driver, with the drill on these 4 amp hour batteries. I get 6 hours of battery life out of my Bosch light on this 2 amp hour battery. You can work with this jigsaw probably about half a day. This jigsaw is probably the most power hungry tool, along with the brush tools are more power hungry than the brushless tools, that's for sure. But this jigsaw, to me, I don't know if it's just because of the heat buildup inside or whatever, but it will run through the batteries faster than even this oscillating tool. But I have enough batteries here to keep me going all day long if I'm working. Alright, if you like this video, if it's helpful in any way, give me a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.